Well, this was only what I wanted to say. And regarding what has just been presented by the capacity building in Indonesia, just wanted to mention that in France we have the I2EN, which is some kind of structure that has decided to gather all the capacity building offer in France, and so we can also be in touch with Indonesia to promote cooperations. And just to mention once for the last time, the French CBI, one of the ideas was also to promote the emerging centers of excellence in regional scale, and I think that the RCBI could be one of these centers of excellence. So this is a very good idea, and I think we will support all that has been done in this way. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the encouraging statement. And also the readiness to be in touch with all of us, actually, not only with Indonesia. Any other comments or statement?
May I? Yes. Thank you very much for the encouraging statement from France. But I just would like to again stressing here that we do all my respect and we do all my understanding that there are lots of countries probably much more advanced as Indonesia, but with just a small little capability that we have in Indonesia, we want to share. We want to fill the gap with TCIEE. That is actually one of the examples of the resource centers that can be utilized within the regions with other countries that has the program with the thematic of food and the thematic of industries. And we would like to also invite it, like what already mentioned by the presentation of Mr. Acuna earlier, that he was mentioning the capacity building with regard to the health, and then with regard to the safety and security, and also with the environment, the algal blooms material, the algal blooms problem. So this probably can be available from other countries, not Indonesia, even though that probably we can share also the health capacity building in Indonesia, which is at the moment now, the combating cancers is quite a bit advanced, move along on in progressing in Indonesia. We have 3 to 4 state hospitals, which at the moment now are really joining this IEATC program in combating of cancers. But again, this is probably an indirect invitation to all of the countries in this forum to probably can also dig up more capability or more capacity that at the moment now is still being can be seen clearly, that can be then introduced to the TC program IEA, so they can be the resource centers. And the mechanisms of how they can be recognized, I would probably like to give it everything to the IEA as how they can build the mechanism so they can be recognized as the resource centers within the regions. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any other? Please, Pak Saril.
I'm sorry, I'm allowed to comment, or I'm glad and also relieved to hear comment from a colleague from France. We are aware that France is also promoting the capacity building initiative, and you had given a quick presentation of one of the I forgot which one, but it's very comprehensive, and it consists of several pillars, as far as I remember: nuclear knowledge management, human resources, and another two pillars. And I think in a way, RCBI, we just initiating it, so a lot more need to be done, including to accommodate comment made by a colleague from China, from Japan, and Korea. There are a lot of things need to be done to put it in better shape. And perhaps it would be a good idea if I may propose to a colleague from the Commission of Indonesia that in the future, please say, when we consolidate all the feedback today and come up with another workshop sometime at the beginning of next year, we could invite colleagues from France to share what the French RCBI initiative and how we could complement each other and move forward in much more, not only regional level, but global level initiative with some focus area. For now, we have a focus area in Asia Pacific, but we welcome all idea, expertise, experience, insight and view from other regions so to enrich what we are doing in Asia Pacific region. Again, this is an open forum, so I think we could do that. Thank you.
Thank you. Please, Rashid. Yes.
Thank you. First of all, thank you very much for so interesting discussion and explanation of your initiative. Of course, we understand that Sustainable Development Goals and their capacity building is very important for sustainable development, and you know, a number of member states have activity for in different regions, sometimes bilateral, sometimes in frame of type of new initiative in capacity building. And so I found in your initiative one of key important words, optimization, and I think if we really can find optimized and more efficient way to use extra budgetary, bilateral funds and TC budget in agency, and to find some maybe resonance effect in capacity building, I think all participants of this process will be happy. I think my country, after internal consideration, will also try to find some support of your initiative, and I think and I hope that you will invite Russian Federation also for other meetings. Thank you very much.
Thank you. For sure, we will invite also Russia and other colleagues. Maybe we have to enlarge this group for the next meeting and consultations. Thank you for the also encouraging statement and support. Any other colleagues would like to? Okay, please, UK.
Thank you. In terms of thinking about public-private partnerships and in terms of increasing funding, one thing that's sometimes quite difficult to sell when it comes to nuclear techniques is the nuclear aspect. And if you're talking about food and mutant foods, and yeah, so some kind of managing to put this in a way that shows that it's a safe method and it's a viable method and adds value added over other research, I think would definitely help when you're trying to get wider funding and also for us to sell back home, you know, be able to explain all the processes, and that this is a good way forwards. Thank you.
Well, I don't think I have to make a comment back on that because this is the fact.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to do extra effort in giving understanding to the private sectors that the technology of nuclear or nuclear science technology that can be applied in many thematics are actually quite a bit safe. Actually really helping those private sectors. But again, yes, that's the fact. We have to put a little bit much effort to convince to the private sectors that the technology is very safe. Because every day, every hours, or even every second at this moment now, we are dealing a lot with regulations. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else would like to make a comment or one question? Well, if not, I think it's time for lunch. And we will finish this today's meeting with lunch. And as a way forward, we will distribute at least the PowerPoint presentation made by in the first and second session. A little note about maybe it's not summary, but points that was resulted from this meeting. We will distribute the notes to you all as soon as possible. And we will also inform you later of the next program or next meeting that will be hosted by the Permanent Mission of Indonesia for the follow-up action, follow-up meetings after this consultancy meeting. And I don't want to summarize anything, and I'd like to give now the floor to Mr. Fabian Rujat for the short closing remarks. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Amri, for the time, and of course on behalf of the Ambassador Ahmad Budiman, again I would like to thank you and appreciate your presence in this gathering. At least our understanding on RCBI is better than compared to 10 o'clock in the morning. And so we have been introduced by an idea by Dr. Shadil, and then we also have heard another information from our colleague from TC, and then the further example of support that can be forwarded or offered to this idea. But again, I would like to remind you, this is idea, even though it's facilitated by Indonesia, it's not only belong to Indonesia. The idea of having this gathering is try to create a more good rectangular cooperation among donors countries, expertise provider countries, and recipient countries, as well as IE as a technology agency, how we be able to work and move together in promoting the cause of technical cooperation. Rest assured, this is a Friends of TC gathering, and of course, we never know what will happen in the next future, but I can also rest assured that the movement or the evolving of this gathering is very much based on a pace comfortable to all of us. So this is a thing that, again, thank you very much, and looking forward to have a next meeting with you in a more productive way. Thank you very much. And this just a housekeeping information. The lunch will take place in the next room in the same floor. So by saying that, I would like to consider this meeting is closed. Thank you very much.